We're going to go ahead and get started. Before we begin, I will ask Coach Saban to give a quick opening statement about this game, and then we'll open up the floor for questions. We have mic runners on both sides. Please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation when asking a question. Coach Saban?
Yeah, well, obviously we're very disappointed about the outcome of the game. I don't think we played great in the first half, but I was really, really proud of the way our players played in the second half. We just didn't finish the last 4 minutes of the game like we'd like to, and we're all very disappointed, and the players are disappointed as well. But one thing that I told them in the locker room after the game, this is one of the most amazing seasons in Alabama football history in terms of where this team came from, what they were able to accomplish, and what they were able to do, winning the SEC championship, and really, really proud of this group. And I just wish that I could have done more as a coach to, help them be successful and help them finish. And all we can do now is learn from the lessons that sometimes failings bring to us.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with a question here in the front.
Coach Saban, LT Willis of TD Sports TV1. My first question to you is, what does this mean to have the opportunity, first of all, to play in the Rose Bowl game, the granddaddy of them all, to you as a coach personally?
Yeah, it was great. I grew up in the Big Ten, coaching the Big Ten for 12 years, and it was win the Big Ten championship and go to the Rose Bowl. That was always special, and we've had several opportunities to do it, but this is a great atmosphere here today. It was a great football game. Congratulations to Michigan. They played a really good game, and I just wish that we could have finished, a little better, but it was a great experience here for our players, and we really appreciate all the Rose Bowl folks who did a wonderful job of creating some really, really fine hospitality for us all week long.
Our next question. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. Our next question will be from the front here.
Nick, I was wondering if you could elaborate on why you said this is one of the best seasons for Alabama football, given obviously you guys have won national championships like you have.
Well, I just think that, I don't look at it necessarily from winning and losing. You won the championship, you didn't win the championship. As a coach, you're always trying to get your team to improve and be the best that they can be. And I think this team probably improved from the South Florida game and the Texas game early in the season as much as any team I've ever coached. And that takes a lot of hard work, a lot of people being very committed to doing things that they need to do to self-assess and improve their game. And all these players bought in on this team and did it in first-class fashion. So that's why I think, for me as a coach, maybe not for everybody else, it's one of the teams that I always remember most and be the most proud of.
Our next question will be from the blue jacket in the middle there.
This one's for Jalen Milroe, Ryan Hennessy, WBTM in Birmingham. Coach said, he wished he could have done more, but many people are saying this is one of his best years coaching. What does Coach Saban mean to you and this team mean to you in general this year?
100%. Coach means a lot to us. We play even harder knowing that the coach has the belief system in us. Just listening to him talk, when he talks about, how proud he is of this team. We have a lot of things we can be proud of from this season. We could have easily lingered and passed mistakes. We could have easily went in the tank when things weren't good. But the biggest thing we did was continue to improve, continue to have singular focus in our approach when it came to preparation and when it came to attacking the task at hand. There's a lot of things to be proud of. But one thing I am proud of is how much Coach Saban, harped on his belief system on us.
Our next question comes from the gentleman in the jacket there.
This is Johnny Condon, ABC 3340 in Birmingham. Coach Saban, this is for you. In the first half, they were sending blitzes and pressures, and I think they got you 4 or 5 times in the first half. From a communication standpoint, what was breaking down in the first half?
Well, not one particular thing. There was a couple times when we could have redirected the protection, which we kind of put on the O-line to a large degree. And we didn't do it. A couple times the shot clock was running down and we didn't get a chance to do it. And a couple times we didn't fan and misexecuted up front in terms of getting the right guys blocked when we were in the right protection. So it was a combination of several things. I thought we did a better job in the second half, but we didn't give Jalen an opportunity to make some plays, nor our receivers make some plays down the field, which was a big part of this game.
Our next question will come from the front here.
Coach Saban, could you talk about the last play and what made that one the best one that you wanted to go with?
We called 3 plays. One they called timeout, one we called timeout, and the last one that didn't work. So the fact that it didn't work made it a really bad call. You know what I mean? So but we called timeout because we had a bad look. We had a good look on the first one. They must have known it. But Tommy just felt like the best thing that we could do was have a quarterback run, which was kind of our 2-point play, one of our 2-point plays for this game. And the ball was on the 3-yard line, which is just like a 2-point play. So, but we didn't get it blocked, so it didn't work. We didn't execute it very well, and it didn't work. And they pressured, and we thought they would pressure, but we thought we could gap them and block them and make it work, and it didn't.
Next question comes from the right here.
Hi, Jalen. Mark Myers, AP Radio. How did you see that last play unfold, and why didn't it work from your perspective?
First thing, I'm appreciative of my coaching staff for believing in me to have the ball in my hands on that last play. You win some, you lose some. This is all part of the game, With anything, all it came down was fall back to your level of training, and we just failed on that play. That's all it was, because at the end of the day, I just trusted the guys up front for believing in me on the last play to have the ball, and unfortunately, we just missed, and we just didn't get in the end zone.
We have time for 2 more questions. We have one right here in the blue jacket.
For Jalen, Mike Rodak with 247. How much have you and Seth worked on that quarterback-center exchange this year, and why, in your mind, was it still an issue at this point in the year?
With anything, it takes preparation, whether it's pass protection, whether it's running game, the passing game. The quarterback and the center have to have a great relationship, and that is something that we try to build throughout the whole season. There's a multitude of things that me and Seth talk about, and in that regard, that's something we do talk about.
Our last question will come here from the front.
Chase Goodrow with the Tuscaloosa News for Coach Saban. Special teams was an area where y'all seemed to have a pretty big advantage tonight. It was a big reason. I think you were only down 3 at the halftime. Can you just speak to special teams tonight?
Well, I think special teams did a good job tonight. We did a good job of controlling field position. I think both specialists did a really, really good job. James did a great job of punting. They had time to maybe go 2 minutes at the end of the game, and the fact that he kicked the ball to the 2-yard line or 1-yard line or whatever was really, really good. Will made some huge kicks, 250, around 50-yard field goals. So they missed a field goal, which put us in great position to have a chance to be successful at the end of the game. But us not finishing a couple drives, and if you really analyze the game, one of the biggest things is we didn't play well enough on defense when we needed to. And the second thing is we had too many drive-stopping plays on offense. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot. Sack is a drive-stopping play. Getting a penalty usually is a drive-stopping play. So some of those things we self-inflicted. And, I told the players after the game, I told them before the game it's going to be about what we do. And when you look back at it, it's kind of about what we did and what we didn't do. Not taking anything away from Michigan. They played a great game. They got a good team. They're very well coached, and I wish them the best of luck in the future. But, we could have done things a little better as well. And that's on me, on the coaches. It's not anybody else.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate what the media has done all year long. It's great that you give a lot of positive self-gratification to a lot of players who work really, really hard and create a lot of interest in our sport. Thank you for that.